Many years ago, I went to a conference and saw Kurt Mosier speak, and he turned me onto this book called The Talent Code by Daniel Coyle. This book addresses success from several cultural angles, but it also has some neuroscience. And there's a study that I remember from the book where the participants are tasked to memorize a list of terms. And in the experiment group, they study a list with missing letters. And guess what? The experiment group outperforms the control group significantly. So how can we use this trick in the orchestra classroom? In this episode, I'm going to show you an exercise to improve your students' intonation and finger speed. I like to use finger patterns to work on intonation. It does take time, not a day, not a week, but a month or two to really establish them. But then what? The Talent Code talks about our biology and how our biology changes as we adapt. You know, you lift bigger weights, you get bigger muscles, right? If you keep lifting the same weights, will you get bigger muscles? Yeah, there's some debate on that. You know, if you add more reps, maybe, I don't know. But the point is, we can't expect to keep improving if we do the same thing over and over again. After the adaptation occurs, we have to increase the challenge level in some kind of way. The way I like to challenge my students for the finger patterns is to insert open strings in between the notes. And the first exercise that I do involves a dotted quarter note followed by an eighth note using hook bows. The dotted quarters are the fingered notes and the eighth notes are the open strings. And the exercise looks like this. The addition of open strings in between the fingered notes adds a bit of complexity that forces students to make faster adjustments. I also encourage them to increase their finger strength and really slam those fingers into the fingerboard. Okay, this will get me a couple weeks, maybe a month of additional growth and adaptation before I have to increase the complexity again. The next step is to change the rhythm to an eighth note followed by a dotted quarter note, again with the hooked bows, and the eighth note is now the fingered note, and the dotted quarter is now the open string. Here's what it looks like. This really helps to increase finger speed and accuracy. But hey, guess what? You can use this trick with either rhythm, but usually the second variation with the eighth note first, then the dotted quarter note, to help teach technical passages in concert music. Let's say there's a bunch of 16th notes at a bright tempo. Well, you can change the rhythm and add some open strings and really work on the intonation and finger speed of each finger, right? Practice a few notes at a time and turn it into an exercise. This helps my advanced students achieve better all-state audition results, better solo competition results, and we even use this strategy in our sectionals to make our concert music really sparkle. Do you have any tricks that you use to increase intonation and finger speed? Leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video.